Hello, how you doing? It's MrDoTheMath here, and welcome to another school year. First lesson, integers, right? We're gonna talk about adding and subtracting integers. Integers, right? So, integers are basically positive and negative whole numbers, right? So, all the numbers on the number line, on the tick marks of the number line are integers, right? And that includes your negative numbers and your positive numbers. Those are integers. All right, and so what I want to talk to you first and foremost about is adding and subtracting integers, right? And so here is a rule, or here's the rule to help you remember that. It goes like this: same sign, add and keep. Different sign, subtract. Keep the sign of the bigger number, then you'll be exact. Same sign, add and keep. Different sign, subtract. Keep the sign of the bigger number, then you'll be exact, right? Remember, row your boat? Look, if the signs are the same, you add and you keep the sign. If the signs are different, you always subtract. But you keep the sign of the larger number and then you'll be good. All right, so I said all that to say this, right? So this is what happens. Same sign. If I had -5 plus -5, same sign, they're both negative. I'm going to add 5 plus 5, and I'm gonna keep the negative sign. Bow. Same sign, add and keep, right? Now, if I had 10 minus 5, I would subtract. The signs are different. I got a positive 10 and I got a -5, right? So I'm subtracting. It's gonna be 10 minus 5. It's gonna give me 5, right? But if it was this case, right? I had a -10 plus 5, the signs again are different. The 10 is negative and the 5 is positive, right? I'm gonna subtract it again. I'm gonna get 5, but again, I'm gonna take the sign of the bigger number. In this case, the bigger number is negative, so bow. Same sign, add and keep. Different sign, subtract. Keep the sign of the bigger number, then you'll be exact, okay? Cool. We understand that. Now, with adding and subtracting integers, there's this other part, right? You're gonna have two signs. There's gonna be cases where you're gonna have two signs at a time, right? So for instance, if I had, let's use one of our original examples, we got 10 minus -5, right? This is a double sign. With double signs, it kind of segues or introduces you to multiplying and dividing integers, right? So with this double sign here, with this double negative, this becomes plus. So it's 10 plus 5, right? So a rule of thumb would be to change the sign before you do the math. So 10 plus 5 is 15. So 10 minus -5 is positive 15. The same, so then if I have a situation like this, minus plus, right? Minus plus are typically, no, I wouldn't do that. I'm sorry. It'll be plus -5, right? 10 plus -5 out of plus minus, right? This right here is minus negative, which is the same as a negative times a negative being a positive. This one is plus a negative, which is a positive times a negative. You rewrite this to be 10 minus 5, right? So if the signs are different, you keep the negative sign, right? So this would be 10 minus 5, which will give you 5. Minus negative, plus. Plus negative, minus, all right? It's in a nutshell, okay? Now, when we talk about word problems with adding integers, right? One thing that I want you to think about or remember is when I have a situation like where it says less than, right? Less than. Greater than, the math is addition, right? But less than, that's a little different. It's a horse of a different color. Greater than, plus, less than, what happens is you got to think about what's being said. If I said something like 5 less than 10, right? If 5 is less than 10, what I'm doing is I'm taking 5 away. Less than means to take front number away, right? So 5 less than 10 is actually 10 minus 5. So what happens is, with the less than, the number in the front goes to the back, okay? Let's do another example. If I had 3 less than 7. 3 less than 7 is 3 take away 7, right? No, it's 3 less than 7 is 7 taken away 3, right? This number goes to the back, right? So you're gonna take the front number away. 7 minus 3. 14 less than 20, right? We're just gonna keep it clean. 14 less than 20, you're gonna take 14 from 20. Bam. Okay? That's it. 14 goes to the back. All right, that's your less than part. Cool. All right, now let's talk about this multiplication, right? When I multiply, it's just like our double rule, right? So if I had minus negative, or if I had minus negative, it becomes plus, right? So the rule is, when you multiply even negative signs, when you have an even number of negative signs, right? So a quicker way to represent this would be if I had, like, say, -2 to the second power. -2 to the second power is -2 times -2, right? You have an even number of negative numbers, you get a positive, right? So that's -2 to, say, the fourth power, right? That's -2 times -2 times -2 times -2, right? If we do the math, I'll prove your point. -2 times -2 is +4, times -2 is -8, times -2 gives you your +16. So -2 to the fourth power is +16. So the rule is, whenever you have an even number of negatives, it gives you a positive answer, right? All right, conversely, if I had an odd number of negatives, right? This is one negative, an odd number of negatives, I get a negative answer. So if I had -2 to the third power, that's -2 times -2 times -2. -2 times -2 is a +4, that's even, 2 of them. But then when I multiply a third one, I get -8, all right? Same if I did -2 times, say 5, -2 to the fifth power. That's -2 times itself 5 times. All right, so it's -2 times -2, which is gonna give you a +4 times -2. It's gonna give you your -8 times -2, right? Which is just 16 times -2, which is your -32. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 5, 3, 4, 5. -32, right? So odd negatives give you a negative answer. Okay? So that's it in a nutshell. That is our lesson on integers. Let's do one to double check to make sure we good. All right, where's my eraser? Just to double check to make sure we good. All right, what if I had something like this? -1 times 5 times -4 times 3, all right? How many negatives do I have? That's right, I have 2 negatives, so our answer should be positive. So let's do the -1 times 5. This gives us -5 times -4, 5. So 4 times -4 is gonna give us +20 times 3, 60. Even answer. Good. Now, again, that multiplication rule also works with division. So multiplication and division always go together, right? So if I had let's say 18 divided by negative 6. That's the same as 18 divided by negative 6, right? Odd number of negatives, one of them. Do the math. It's 3 of them. That's negative 3, negative 3. If it was positive negative 18 divided by negative 6, you get positive 3. Okay? That's it in a nutshell, right? So, to review, with adding and subtracting integers, same sign, add and keep, different sign, subtract. Keep the sign of the bigger number, then you'll be exact. That's for adding and subtracting integers. And for multiplying and dividing integers, an even number of negatives give you a positive. An odd number of negatives give you a negative answer, right? So, if you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any more questions regarding any math skills that you do not see on my channel, please comment below and I'll do it for you. I'll work it out for you. Until next time, MrDoTheMath out.